Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with Love and Marriage Huntsville, the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2. I think we're on episode 14. I hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. I got my little, I always feel like a little boy when I had these little plaits in. But bad news is my notes are gone. I don't know what happened, but I look for them all through my phone. I can't find them. So I'm going from memory, which could be either good or bad. We about to find out. So the episode actually picked up where it left off last week with Miss Wanda at Jalen's graduation, but I'm not going to start there. I'm actually going to start with Martell so we can just get it out the way. So Martell meets up with Destiny. Destiny is about to have a voter registration event. It's going to be costumes, bring the kids. It's going to be fun. Come on out. Once we get that out the way, we talk about what happened at the graduation party. And Destiny said, you was really turned up. I had to really push you out the way. You can't be doing all of that. And Martell admits that he was turned up, but he said that Wanda was talking about his kids, which is true. Okay, y'all go over to Mila B Speaks, go over to her page. She actually has the video of that. It was a little sneaky. It was underhanded, but she was saying some stuff, so y'all can check that out. And he doesn't really appreciate everybody going around trying to console Mel and make him look like the villain. Like, don't say nothing about me because she was the one cheating first. You know, we've heard that before. He says that he is tired of everybody having Mel's back and consoling her, including you, Destiny. You have also taken her side, and we've known each other longer. Remember that. And Destiny said it's not that I'm taking sides. It's just that I do see her hurt. I understand her hurt. And Martell doesn't understand why everybody is seeing it this way because he's not the villain. Mel cheated first. Mel is going around making it hard for him to do business with people, bad-mouthing him to other business people. If she is indeed doing that, then that would be wrong. If Martell is catching heat from business people because of what's going on the show and the fallout from it, that is a little bit different. I don't know if that's anything that she can necessarily control because people are going to see you the way that they see you and social media is going to take off the way that it takes off. Then Martell goes into a conversation about y'all women want to do what y'all want, but then when it comes to business, y'all want to be up here, y'all want to be a man. And I was just like, what are we talking about? I didn't know if he was having a discussion about equal pay, feminism, women's rights. I'm not really sure where he was going with it, but I think what he's trying to say is you want everybody to feel sorry for you and feel like you're a victim and look at this poor woman who's been cheated on, but you don't want to talk about what you've been doing. And then when it comes to business, you want to treat me, you know, like you one of the boys. I guess that's the feeling that he's having towards Mel right now. I wasn't really sure because it was like a bunch of conversations going on at once. Then he was telling Destiny, well, you only been married for a year, so in a little while, you'll understand. And I was just like, is he one of those people that believes because he's having marital problems, everybody's going to have the same ones? Because I don't like people like that. Don't try to put your dysfunction on the rest of us. Or is he trying to tell us something about LeBerick? Because he almost stopped himself like I done said too much. So which one y'all think? Okay. But he keeps going on about how women need to know their place and need to play their role and play their position. And she said, well, what position is that? What are you talking about? What place do we need to play? Because are you saying that I think Destiny was asking him, are you saying we don't need to be trying to do business or what are you trying to say? What do we need to do? And Martell didn't have an answer as to what the women needed to do. And I think it's because I don't think Martell really knows what role he would like a woman to play in his life. All of that other extra stuff he was talking about, those are normal, talking points. Y'all want to be men. Those are normal talking points. I'm used to hearing those. But when she asked him, what is the role? He didn't have an answer. And I noticed that. And I think it's because Martell doesn't really know what role he wants a woman to play in his life. In one way, he wants a meek and docile woman so that he can do the things he wants to do and he can have his ego boosted and get whatever kind of sex he needs. He can get all of that, okay? But then on the other end, he also wants a woman he can make money with. He also wants a woman that can boss up in the ways that maybe he doesn't feel like he can, or maybe not with the finesse that a woman can do it with. So he kind of wants both. He wants to have both. And a lot of times you don't really receive both. If you get the bossy, mouthy woman in business with you, you might get that same bossy, mouthy woman at home with you. And my thing is, Martell, if you wanted a meek and docile woman, you should have picked that out, or you should have allowed Mel to just stay a teacher. Remember, she didn't want to get into real estate like that. Martell did. You brought her in, you wanted her to boss up, she bossed up, and she was just better. She was better at it. I mean, I don't I don't know what more to say. She just seemed to be a little bit better at the networking part than you were, and people wanted to see her more and wanted her to be the face of more things, and that's what happened. And I think that's what you're really upset about. He keeps saying she wants to be the star, she wants to be this, and she wants to be that. Another thing I want to point out, you and Melody sat down with Carlos King and decided that this was going to be your storyline. Both of you have admitted that. If you wanted Mel's cheating to be a part of the storyline, then you should have said, hey, we're not going to talk about mine unless we're going to talk about yours. And if Mel said no, then I wouldn't have been on the show. Okay, she would have had to go on there by herself. But you made a choice. I recall both of you lifting up holy hands when y'all got your blue check on Instagram. Y'all was praising the Lord about it. So both of you wanted to be stars. Your stardom is just not going the way that you thought it would go. And that's really what's going on here. Also, I think that Martell, I have a feeling that he believes that what women have going on, or maybe like a woman's plight, if you will, is would be a little bit easier for him. I feel like Martell wants some type of womanhood, like not to be a woman necessarily, but he believes his plight would be easier if he were a woman, when we all know that if he woke up tomorrow with something soft instead of something hard, he would completely mismanage it. He would probably get an STD the first day. If not an STD, he would get BV or a yeast infection, because he would completely mismanage his pH levels, end up at the doctor, have to get on an antibiotic, get pregnant because he didn't know that his birth control didn't work when he was on antibiotics, because he didn't take time to learn that. And then Aaron, okay, I guess that would be his man at that point. Instead of Arian, it would be Aaron, would mess around, get him pregnant, ride off into the sunset and live his life. And then Martell would be somewhere upset trying to figure out why they got to raise this baby, and why where's Aaron when he needs, it would just all be a mess. Okay, we know that Martell would completely mismanage it. If he had a vagina, he would mismanage his vagina. You can't tell me otherwise. So I'm not really sure why he always does all of this talk and all of this conversation when, trust me, Melody is paying. Melody is being held accountable, and I'm gonna tell you how. She has 4 children with a man that she is no longer with. Those children are probably asking her plenty of questions about where you are, why they can't all be in the same home. I think we're gonna see some of that next week. And she has to raise those children with you. She is being held accountable. This is her own personal hell that she is going to have to live with. And I'm not even going to say till the kids turn 18. Forever. Because they always are probably going to have some type of interaction or exchange, even when grandchildren are involved. You are her forever. And baby, if that's not if that's not being held accountable for a lifetime, I don't know what is. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Martell kind of, he wants to be a lady? Somebody in the comments said he wanted to be Nene Leakes, and I can't stop laughing at that. But anyway, that was what happened with them. When they do get to Destiny's event, he shows up as a pharaoh, but who also shows up as a pharaoh is Mel's brother. That's right. Mel had a conversation with her brother about Martell telling the kids that he liked boys, but apparently he said it in a more negative way. Now, I think we all knew about Mel's brother, once we saw him over at the house. I think we all kind of was getting that vibe, and that's fine. I don't care. Live your life. That's what you do. But the brother is trying to figure out why Martell would be concerned about his life and how he lived it, when he need to be concerned about his kids and how they feel emotionally, spiritually, and physically. That needs to be his concern, because that's what I'm concerned about, my nieces and nephews' mental and spiritual well-being. And he tells Martell that in so many words, but he had a little spice to it when he say, one of the kids, I don't know which one, was asking me, could you be our daddy? Can we stay with you? We don't want to go. And y'all know that Martell don't like nobody coming in on his territory. He said, look, I will F you up. Don't you ever say nothing like that to me again. Don't you ever say nothing like that to me again. So he had that same energy he gave Miss Wanda, but I did notice. Now, maybe because the kids was there, maybe because the churn was there, but y'all notice he backed it up, right? He backed it right on up. Wasn't nobody holding him back or nothing. I don't believe so anyway. And Mel's brother said, yeah, you're not going to do anything but walk away as you are doing. I said, okay. But it could have been because the kids was there. What y'all think? Y'all think he ain't wanting to smoke, or y'all think because the kids was there? I will say, now just because a man is gay, do not mean he will not whoop your behind. I'm going to tell you, my Uncle Eddie has been gay all my life. He's an older gay gentleman, gay as the day is long, and I ain't seen my Uncle Eddie lose a fight yet. He will kill you, for real. He used to tell me all the time, either I'm going to hell or I'm going to jail. But I ain't never finna let nobody punk me. I said, I know that's right. I need to call him today. But yeah, so don't let the sexual orientation fool you, Martell. I would hate to see you get stomped, okay, in Pharaoh's name out there at the Halloween voter registration special. All right, so that's really what went on there. There was a conversation that Kimmy and Tisha were having separately with their husbands in the car on the way. I might cover that later, but it was just more the same. All right, so let's get to Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda done showed out, all right, with Martell. She trying to go talk to Melody, and Tisha's telling her, Mom, come back. Do not go talk to her. You are not her mother. So she gets over to Mel's car. Mel has the window down. You could tell that Mel don't really, she ain't really interested. And Wanda is just like, oh, they be so loud. Wanda is just like, Mel, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you about the stuff that was going on with social media. You know what I'm talking about, right, Mel? And Mel said, no, Miss Wanda, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was so glad she did that, because she did not give Miss Wanda what she was wanting. She didn't give Tisha what, she didn't give nobody what they was wanting. She was just ready to go. So Destiny actually hopped in the car with her and left too, which was funny. But Wanda, realizing that Mel ain't gonna really take the social media part bait, and she ain't gonna get to talk to her, you know, woman to woman, she goes on back in the restaurant. So Tisha was like, exactly. See, she don't even want to talk about it. Mel is not innocent, Mom, and you don't need to be over there talking to her. I said, oh, I see your true colors shining through now, Tisha. See, this isn't really about whether or not your mama was going to talk to Mel. You don't want your mama to have, or appear to have, nobody's back but Tisha's. I'm your child. I'm your baby. If you're going to be talking to anybody, it's going to be me. So she go get Miss Wanda, not because she really don't want her talking to Melody, but because she don't like how it looks that Miss Wanda is going to go chasing after and talking to Melody, because you got to have my back, remember? She hold her mama to the same standard she hold everybody else to, apparently. So they get back to the table. Kimmy is annoyed, and rightfully so. Martell is eating. I guess he done with that. And Miss Wanda say, Martell, I wasn't talking to you. You had no right to talk to me that way. You called me a B. You had no right. And Martell said, I ain't call you a B. Okay, you called me one, and I said that you was one. And Kimmy is just like, it's not about Martell. It's not about Melody. It is about Jalen. That is what I planned this for. Meanwhile, Jalen's sitting over there looking like, this is way better than going to work. So Kimmy is trying to explain that it was out of place, and this is about Jalen, and Miss Wanda said, and I respect that, but it's about this too. And she said, no, it's not. Yes, it is, Kimmy. Yes, it is. It's about this too. It's not about this. So while Tisha was telling Kimmy, okay, I forgot about this at the end of last episode, that she was being disrespectful by the way that she told Miss Wanda, I'm glad Marceau and Tisha invited you, when she actually did say, oh, hey, Wanda, good to see you. Then she said, I'm glad Marceau and Tisha invited you. She said that after the fact, but you know, Tisha, she got selective hearing. While she's trying to blame Kimmy for having a bad attitude, she having a hard time checking her mama, who not only disrespected her by the way that she was speaking, but disrespected her husband, disrespected Kimmy, disrespected Mel, disrespected Martell too. Okay, yeah, well, Martell did come out there to get the smoke, though. He did come out there to get the smoke, but you know, she gave it back to him. So she disrespected the whole event. I'll just put it like that. And she's trying to tell Kimmy to be quiet, because you on Team Hope too. You on Team Hope. Now, why are you concerned that she on Team Hope when you was just trying to go talk to one of the Hopes outside? Now you accusing people of being on Team Hope. Then she gonna tell Marceau when he tried to speak up, and you shut up because you in the same boat. I said, Tisha girl, who you want to be married to? Because something tells me that Miss Wanda can't give you what Marceau give you, and I mean that in many ways. So who you want to be married to? Do you want to be married to your mama? Because you just sat there and let her completely disrespect your husband and tell him to shut up. Not hush, not be quiet. She told him to shut up because he in the same boat. And now Mom, hold on now. It's just getting disrespectful. It's been getting disrespectful, Tisha, and you've been needed to check it. But she don't want to do that. She don't want to do that. She don't want to be held responsible for what Miss Wanda is doing. So Kimmy get up and leave. Kimmy was like, all right, it was great. It was good. Good luck to y'all. It was enjoyable. Y'all have a good day. I said, thank you, Kimmy. Don't even give Miss Wanda what she want. And they all was left to sit there eating their food, which they should have been doing in the first place. Moving forward, we go to Marcel and Kimmy's meeting at the restaurant. Now, Marcel is meeting up with Kimmy because he wants to talk about what happened at the graduation party. And he got the nerve to tell Kimmy, I think y'all give Miss Wanda too much energy. Y'all take her too seriously. See, this is what I don't like. When somebody got a messed up family member and they know their family member is messed up and they done got used to it, and so they expect you and everybody else to just kind of take it. I don't have to take it. That's y'all people. Them not my people. And I'm not going to put up with that. Okay? I don't put up with disrespect from my blood family. So I'm not going to put up with disrespect from your in-laws. Because that's your in-law, not mine. And I don't have to put up with that. So Kimmy is just like, it's not about taking her too serious or anything like that. It's the fact that if I didn't invite you to something, you don't need to be there. And if you're going to be there, why couldn't you just come in and be quiet? It's the fact that she came in there and she was being messy and she was uninvited. And so what I'm telling you is I will not be inviting her to any more events that I'm having. When there's certain people around, she will not be allowed to come. And so here come Marcel. So what you're telling me is that you're sanctioning Wanda. And Kimmy said, no, I'm telling you it's going to be certain things she's not going to be invited to. She didn't say she was sanctioning or anything like that. Remember, that is what Marcel said. And he said, so you're going to tell Tisha that? She said, well, no, you're going to tell Wanda that? She said, no, I don't feel like I should be the one to tell Wanda that. I actually feel like Tisha should let her mom know she's not invited to certain things. But Kimmy is willing to tell Wanda if she needs to be the one to tell Wanda. Marcel say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk to Wanda and I'm going to talk to Tisha. And we're going to get this all settled. And so Kimmy said, appreciate it. Thank you. So he does end up having a conversation with Tisha. Marcel is on the lines of either you check your mama or you just spend the rest of your life defending her. It's going to be one or the other. So when he talks to Tisha, he tries to tell her about the conversation that he had with Kimmy. And he did use the word sanction with her as well. And basically said that Kimmy said that Wanda's not going to be able to come to any more of her events. And Tisha's like, well, I mean, I don't care if my mom can't come to any of her events, then Kimmy can't come to any of my events. And I won't go to any of Kimmy's events because I'm 5 years old and my mom still has to give me my bottle. And when I'm upset and I cry, I want everybody to pay attention to me, including you, Marcel. I said, do you know how childish you sound over here folding these clothes, pouting your lip out? All right. And Marcel is just saying, listen, I'm just letting you know what I talked to her about. I just think it's time maybe to set some boundaries. And Tisha is just not seeing it. She sees her mother as family. She knows her mother is the only one who has her back. And that is why she wants her mom around, when she really just needs to admit she likes her mom around because her mother is her mouthpiece. All the stuff that Tisha is either too scared to say or doesn't want to look like the bad person and say, she get her mama to say it. And she said that she's just tired of people not having her back, and she thought people had her back, and she thought people were her friends, and she's not going to keep holding on to people. She's just kind of going off. And Marcel is just like, sit down, sit down, sit down. Because she even feels like Marcel doesn't have her back now. And Marcel tells her, listen, if Mel was worth chance after chance, why isn't Kimmy worth chance after chance? I'm telling you, don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary situation. But what I wanted Marcel to say to her is, you are constantly feeling like anytime somebody doesn't like something that you're doing, that they don't have your back. And that is not true. You even feel that way about me, and that is not true. But if you are doing something and it don't seem right, then people are going to say it doesn't seem right, right? And people have the right to have other friendships if they want outside of you. Okay, even if you're not cool with the person, they have the right to do that if they want to, and you either got to be comfortable with it or you can just decide to leave the person alone. That is really up to you and your personal decision. But Marcel tried to console her in some ways. I don't know if it got through to her. Then he tried to get sex, and y'all always try to be slick after y'all pet somebody. You just can't do nothing with a pureness of heart, huh? Always gotta want something. So that was that. All right. I feel like I left something out, but y'all just add it in the comments, whatever I left out in that. I don't got my notes. So later on, we move to the Mommy Business podcast. Raise your hand real high if you are watching the Mommy Business podcast. If you're listening, raise your hands. I can't see. I'm looking out in the crowd. Mommy Business. Oh, okay. I don't see anybody raising their hand. Now that's no, it's shade. It is shade. But maybe some of y'all out there watch it. Let me know if you listen to it. I keep saying watch. Let me know if you listen to it and if it's any good. But when they get to the Mommy Business Podcast, Destiny shows up. Kimmy's a little bit late, and Tisha does make a comment about her being late, which, you know, kind of, it almost kind of could have got something started, but it don't get nothing started. Kimmy sits down, they get it started. The reason why I ask is anybody listening to this podcast is because I don't think Tisha's a good host. And this is coming from somebody who does have a slight speech impediment that I'm sure you guys have heard. My list goes in and out. But I understand, you know, being self-conscious about that. But she said that she was going to go work on that. She said she was going to work on her public speaking. I don't know if she's been doing so, but it sounds like the questions that she was asking, she was making them up on the spot. There was these weird hesitations. I don't know. I just don't feel like she's the best at her voice inflections. Even I personally plan on taking a public speaking class so I can be better on camera when doing my videos and not use so many filler words. So I understand the grind and the hustle to get to where you're trying to be. I just think right now she's not there to have a podcast. She just don't have a flow for it. So she's asking Destiny questions about her childbirth and everything she's been going through during this COVID-19 time. And she talks about how she was in labor for 3 days. Child. Ain't no way, but God bless her. The baby is here. And when they move on to Kimmy, they're talking about Jalen and graduating and him not really getting to walk across the stage. And she said that she planned a lot of little events and parties in order that they may have their celebration still. And she believes those things have gone well. Now, we could have left it at that, but no. Destiny says, until the tornado happened. I said, Destiny, why? Why? Did somebody tell you they didn't have Saberic on payroll as normal, so they needed you to help get some stuff started? Is it Saberic? Cederic. Y'all know how messy Cederic used to be. So she brings it up, and Tisha, she falls right in. And Kimmy tried to kind of curtail it. She was just like, oh, well, when it comes to Wanda, I just control what I can control. And Lord knows I can't control Wanda. They could have had a laugh, and they could have talked about it after the podcast. Tisha said, oh, no. Even though she told her husband she wasn't going to talk about it on her podcast show. I'm like, are we still live? Cut. So Tisha tells Kimmy, I had a conversation with Marcel, and he told me that you are sanctioning my mother from all of your events. Y'all know how she say it. And so Kimmy said, no, I did not say Wanda was sanctioned. I said that Wanda wasn't even invited to the event that she came to. And I said that she was not going to be invited to any more, to certain events that I have. Certain events that I have, she was not going to be invited to. And Tisha just doesn't understand why that's going on. She doesn't understand why Kimmy feels that way. That's family at the end of the day. And it wouldn't have happened the way it happened if you wouldn't have had the energy that you had when my mother came in and you were being rude from the beginning. And she was like, I was not being rude. She was uninvited. And whatever happens after that is what happens because you weren't even invited to the event. I don't know why nobody understands this. It says that Kimmy was being rude, and Kimmy said, but she wasn't rude for coming. Our thoughts exactly, Kimmy. So Tisha is still refusing to understand where Kimmy is coming from. She still says Kimmy was being rude. She started out being rude. I invite my mom because my mother is family, and I don't understand why you would say my mom couldn't come to your events when you already hashed it out and y'all are getting along now. And Kimmy said, in what world? Because I walked away from your mama. So they showed a flashback. And yes, the conversation didn't really go all that well. It was a whole bunch of, well, y'all was talking about my baby. Y'all was talking about my baby. And Kimmy is just like, we wasn't talking about your baby, but okay, Wanda, whatever. That's kind of how the conversation went. It was like a whatever conversation. So they didn't really resolve everything, even though Tisha believes that everything has been resolved. Even if they did, you still just don't invite people to other people's events. I don't care if they hashed it out or not. I'm going to always call you and say, hey, girl, is it cool if my mama comes? She ain't got nothing to do Friday. You know, I ain't seen her, blah, blah, blah. I would have still asked you if it was cool if my mama came through there. You didn't ask. You just invited Wanda. And you can't sit here and tell me that you didn't have some type of idea that Miss Wanda was going to get something started, that she was going to say something, that it was going to get under somebody's skin. I don't know if you intended it for Kimmy or if you intended it for Mel, but you knew it was going to affect somebody, and that is why you invited her. My problem with Tisha is that not only is she somewhat childish, but she uses her mother as a scapegoat. She uses her mother as the reason, as the scapegoat for everything else is going on. Her mother is saying these things, but she's not saying these things unwarranted. These are things that her and Tisha talk about in private. Even from bringing up that whole, when she said, I heard the girl was pregnant. Y'all heard that? You can't tell me that Tisha didn't know. I believe she knew her mama was going to say something like that. I do. Because these are all the things that she wished she could bring out. She wished she could say. But of course, she don't want to be looking a certain type of way on camera. But she know her mama don't mind bringing the heat. Okay, so I don't really understand Tisha. I don't get it. Don't nobody want your mama around. They don't want to talk to her. That is it. I don't get why you don't understand that. Only person that want her around is you. She even want to move her in the house. Okay. She even told Marcel she want to move her in the house. She want to have her own little apartment, her own little suite. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, yeah, that whole conversation was frustrating. Destiny was looking back and forth, like it was a ping pong match. She the one that got it started, talking about she wish her and her wig could leave. Where y'all gonna go? Because you the one that got the conversation started, Destiny. Sit back and watch like the rest of us. So Kimmy eventually just says, we good. We good. Like, I'm done. I am not going to keep talking about it with you. They don't really seem to get it resolved because Tisha she's just not going to see it. And that car conversation on the way to Destiny's event let me know that. So I guess, Ms. Wanda is here to stay. Tisha, you need to see about going out and seeing if you can make you some friends that's going to have your back, aka be your yes man, because that's what you really want. I want you to pull it together because I like your look. You cute. I like looking at you on TV. I want you to pull together your childish behavior. For real. Get off the tit and let's get on with it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the show. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye.